This was kind of stupid the other day, and this is in Fort Wayne. This is Fort Wayne, NBC, 33, News Channel 15, News Channel broadcast for Northeast Indiana. I'd been seeing this, crap now for, 2 days now, going on 2 days. And it's kind of bullshit. Even as I read this article, it says protesters blocking traffic on Clinton Street and Main Street in downtown Fort Wayne, having scattered after law enforcement fired tear gas Saturday. Well, I have a thing about saying, about the tear gas. Why was the tear gas being fired? There has to have been a reason why SWAT and Fort Wayne PD, fired tear gas at protesters. I'm from a small town here, not too far from Fort Wayne. And, we believe, there's got to be a reason as to why, some stupid people like us, they would be fired tear gas at. There's one reason and one reason only. Either Antifa, Black Lives Matter showed up or both. And they started, gathering a large crowd, and starting trouble. It's always something. It's like I read about this out in, west somewhere, out west, a while back. Antifa and Black Lives Matter show up, in this one city, out west, and they do nothing but stir up trouble. And who gets assaulted over this shit? A United States veteran, that served in the Second World War. This one stupid punk, Antifa member, a Black Lives member, I can't remember which one, tipped the wheelchair of this guy over and started viciously assaulting this veteran. Now, there's only one reason why they do that. Just plain stupidity. Racism. Hate. Revenge. That's all it is. It's just a common excuse to riot. Break things, cause trouble, break the law, and have National Guard called up on them. And now, it says protesters line the sidewalks along Clinton Street and congested and congregated in the Allen County Courthouse green at 2 p.m. Once demonstrators began to block traffic closer to 5 p.m., police and tactical vehicles using a loudspeaker warned protesters to get out of the street or face arrest. Now, see, that's why they fired it. You do not, and I have to stress about this, you do not block, highways, interstates, streets, city streets. That's against the law. You can't do that. Protest or no protest, that's not a quick way of getting attention. It would have been alright if it was just a sidewalk or grass or something like that, but traffic? You're putting yourself and you're putting other people in danger. This is the stupidest, thing anybody could do. You're not doing any good by doing this. But you're facing a capital offense plus, misdemeanors, felonies. The list goes on and on. And it says protesters scattered, but then filled the street and again stopping traffic. That's why when law enforcement fired tear gas in the crowd. That's why. And I overheard some people that were crying about this the other day. stating there were babies there. Did you have to stay there? You could have dispersed, you could have left the scene, but it made you look guilty in the process. I don't agree with, shooting tear gas at kids, but if they were 10, 11, 12, 14 years old and they were in the crowd, guess what? They're going to get tear gas because, number one, they're being stupid animals like these other idiot Antifa and Black Lives Matter morons. These kids are basically in their 20s. They're basically in their, 18, 30 years old. And they're troublemakers. That's all they do. Even their leader's a troublemaker. Why make things worse for yourself and your family and face an arrest because you want to be a stupid ass and protest like a moron like this? This is one of the stupidest articles I've ever read, especially in my state. We've never had this happen in, the Northeast up here. And it's all over a death of a, person of color. And had this been a white person or, any other person, the media would have ignored it. It's not right to ignore a person just because of the color of their skin. I'm not trying to take this towards racism, but I've seen this happen time after time again. A Caucasian person, gets murdered, because of something like this, and it's ignored. But yet, a person of color gets, murdered or something like that, and everybody's in an uproar. Everybody's life matters, not just a black person, not just a Mexican, not just because of anything else. This is not towards racism, people. If you're saying that just Black Lives Matter, that is racism right there. You have committed racism, and that's the biggest sin there is. You cannot say that. Everybody's life matters. A cop's life matters. Anybody's life matters. You don't go and say that, hey, Black Lives Matter. See the stupidity when you do that? Everyone's life matters, no matter what color of skin they have. Black, yellow, green, it doesn't matter. Their life matters just as much as it does a black person's. You are idiots. You need to stop this crap right now before you trash Fort Wayne. You're already breaking windows, you're protesting, you're bringing up excuses to riot. And it's all over a color guy. Come on, please, people. Use your freaking head besides what God gave you. This is the stupidest thing that I have ever, heard. You're using an excuse of color to assault, people, to assault a city. Now, there's a lot of good people that I have seen in Fort Wayne. I met a lot of goddamn good people up there. And, they've got to be pretty darn scared by hearing this crap, and thinking, well, I'm a black person too, and, my life matters as much as everybody else matters. Even the cops matter. Yet these morons are being so damn stupid. And they're breaking windows, and soon they're going to be assaulting Fort Wayne PD cars. Where is this getting anybody by them being moron? Where's it getting anybody? This is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. You're going to riot over something like this. First of all, my question is, I heard the whole story, but I didn't hear parts of it. Why did this guy run? That's what I would like to know. If you run and the police have to question you. And, you know, even I know this. If you go and run, it is automatically considered resisting arrest. That's an automatic misdemeanor right there. You do not run from the cops. You do not resist. You do not grab their firearm and try to shoot them. Now, I don't know what this guy's problem was, what he was trying to do, but there is no reason why he had to be stupid like that. But on the same request, on the same account here, the cop didn't have any reason to be putting his knee into this guy's neck so that he couldn't breathe. Now, I can see the protest, you know, happening peacefully. But this is not peaceful. Not when Black Lives Matter and not when Antifa get involved. They are known to assault people. They are known to threaten people and do harm to people. When I started seeing signs that Black Lives Matter, I thought, oh great, that group's in Fort Wayne, Indiana, not too far from where I live. They're downtown, ripping the hell out of the city, causing trouble. Soon they're going to activate National Guard because of this crap. Because Fort Wayne PD and SWAT, Northeast Indiana SWAT, are not, I don't think they're even trained for this kind of crap. We've never seen this crap in a long, long time. And yet, you know, people like that, you know, like these two groups, they need to be put in jail. They need to be classified as terroristic groups because they assault elderly people that are, you know, United States veterans, for that matter. What's it going to be next? They're going to be assaulting EMTs or fire department that show up. But let's see, where was I? It says our cameras captured people running from the smoke and some people tossed tear gas canisters back at police. Okay, that's number one. That's number 3 that you don't do. You're tossing tear gas canisters back at the police. That makes you worse than what they were when they shot the tear gas at you. That's an automatic felony right there. It says now police in riot gear are lining Berry Street as the protesters are backed into the line of buildings there. There is a breaking news story. Come back in it for updates. You know. Protesters have lined the sidewalks in the Allen County Courthouse Green for the second day. Saturday's protest follows Friday's I Can't Breathe event that erupted in clashes with law. Yeah. Folks are demanding justice for George Floyd and an end to racial inequality. Floyd was an unarmed black man who was killed in police custody in Minneapolis. The white officer who knelt on his neck for several minutes is now facing murder charges in his death. Police and protesters clashed Friday evening with tear gas being deployed. Windows were being broken. Many businesses nearby suffered damage. Overnight, 29 people were arrested and 2 officers were injured. On Saturday, demonstrators are again at the sidewalk along Clinton Street with signs and loudspeakers. Many people are chanting on the line at the line of police in front of the courthouse. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Let's look at this video they got going on here. I just want to hear what their ridiculous reason is to protest. I don't think there's any reason at all, but just plain stupidity. But listen to this. Yeah, these look like Black Lives Matter, along with Antifa, some of them.
And the way that we're going to get justice for our brother, say his name. George Floyd! The way that we're going to get justice for everyone is to refuse. For all of us to refuse to point our fingers at each other.
This is not something that I would like to even discuss. It disgusts me that people like this are doing this. And these idiots, some of them, maybe 15, 16, 18 years old, on up to 20, 25. And then others 30, 35 years old. Fort Wayne should be ashamed of themselves for doing this. This is the stupidest thing that anybody could do. This is happening all over because of something happening, I guess.
And as many marches have taken place in this country,
but you don't get violent like this either.
Where we were going by now. But I don't want to keep marching and never reach a destination. Our destination today is justice and humanity.
Oh yeah, that's a Black Lives Matter activist in big time. They all are.
This is not a mob. This is not a mob. This is a gathering together of Americans concerned about justice. And since we're not a mob, we're not going to behave as one.
I apologize, folks. This is a 30-minute video.
And we're going to rally around leadership to get the results that we came to get.
I understand it's a black guy that got killed, but at the same time, damaging people's property, blocking traffic, that's a stupid thing. That's a felony to even do this, and misdemeanors to follow.
I need you to say how we're going to win, and that is together. Follow me. Together. Say it. Together.
And as you can see, there's a vast majority of people that aren't even social distancing and have even a mask on.
We're here for George Floyd. Many of us here for stuff that happened here in this city. I'm here for Antoine Pierce. I'm here for George Floyd. I'm here for Eric. And many more. I got a young lady up here now. Be here for somebody. Let's hear her out.
All lives matter. This just is not right. I don't agree with protesting. I don't agree with bringing a person's color up like this.
Give her the mic.
You're going to be a prejudiced. Congratulations if you just made yourself a racist, and you just made yourself as bad as the police are with their police brutality. Now, there has been a case where up here where I'm at, some of the sheriff and police are like that, but they're not that bad to where they kill a person. But still, what they're doing here, blocking traffic and stuff like that, it's just wrong. protesting, you want to protest, do it alongside where it's safe. But don't be blocking traffic and being stupid. Because you're literally saying I'm a stupid ass terrorist and I'm inviting trouble. It looks like the video here might have cut a little bit. Let's see if I can't get it to go in here. Yeah, looks like that's it. But yeah, this is a real stupid reason to be protesting and making an ass out of yourself and just sure causing trouble and damaging property and stuff. I don't agree with it. And I'm pretty certain that, several other Americans that have got a brain wouldn't agree with this video and wouldn't agree with what is going on. But yeah, it's probably going to go on for days on end, and they're going to try to block traffic again. But when they chant no justice, no peace, that is the same thing as saying, okay, I'm a terrorist, I'm going to do as much trouble as I can. I just had to speak out and say something about this. The protesting, I don't agree with it because it's racially aimed at, everybody that are probably thinking, well, why are you only aiming at it, black folk, and when you should, aim it at everybody. We all matter, it's just not one color of skin. And it's wrong to even think such thinking like that, because it's racially flawed. If you have a thinking like that. I mean, I've met some pretty great, black folk. I used to have some friends that were at high school that were of color. I never had a problem with them. Loved them like they were my own brothers and sisters. Never been racist in my life. I don't like racism. When I hear it, I say something. And, I see something with all these, riots that are going around when they talk about, Black Lives Matter. Everybody's life matters, man. It's just not, one person because of the color of the skin. That's just plain dumb and stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Anybody that's, it doesn't matter what color they are. If they're even green, they still matter. Even a cop lives matter. A firefighter, EMT, military personnel, they matter. What you're saying is, when you say that, is only a black person matters. That's not right. Everybody's life matters. And ending this video, I just like to say to the protesters out there, this is ridiculous. You need to end these dumb riots. It's not getting you anywhere. Nobody's listening to you that has a brain. I was born, loving, every type of person. It doesn't matter what type of color they were. But this is just an excuse to go out and riot, to go out and bust things up just because they're not getting their way about things. Again. And it's been happening, and it will continue to happen until people get a brain and use their head. Use your damn head that God put on in your skull. Use that working brain. Your IQ must be around 50 decibels to even go out and protest stupidly like this. I don't see what good it's doing you. But all you people out there are using your head. I apologize. For this video. It is appalling. This is happening all around our countryside. These groups are tearing people apart. They're protesting. They're breaking public property up. They're breaking federal property up. There's no reason for any of it. When you cry justice, no justice, no peace, that is the same thing as saying as you're a terrorist. I'm sorry, but it's the same thing as saying you're a terrorist. You people need to get a life, get a hobby, get something. Quit, and your kids, stop joining these groups. You're gonna get arrested. There's been 29 of them arrested up here. There's bound to be more today because they're plain flat out stupid. Years ago, when the Ku Klux Klan was doing their thing up here, there was like 20 arrests because things got violent, things got out of control. And as you know, most of you know that is a racial group. But, they were stupid just like these people. This is just a stupid excuse to go out and break things, to go out and riot, to go out and assault innocent people that don't believe in their viewpoint. They're using their head. It's just plain using their head. This is the stupidest excuse to do it. All you people out there using your brains, I appreciate it. Seeing this video, it just about makes me sick. These videos make me sick to my stomach, make me want to vomit. People, taking our flags, spitting on it, beating our veterans up, beating our elderly up. Going in a Target, raiding the store, stealing money out of a cash register and going into the safe, using a sledgehammer, and busting the Target store up, robbing anything they can loot. It's just an excuse to go out and do this. It's just icing on the cake. And if we don't get it under control, it's going to get a lot worse in this country. And not only that, we got this virus to deal with. You're not really helping it by not wearing a face mask, by not social distancing, by not listening to what you're told to do and keeping safe. And then I see some of you traveling out to where I'm at and you're infecting my area as well. It's like, what are you thinking? Are you trying to kill everybody? Are you just plain dumb and stupid? I mean, people make me sick. I'm sorry, but they do. They make me sick. That's one reason why I'm not a people person that much. I was talking to my buddy the other day. He goes, I wish, somebody would just do away with some of these idiots. And I had to agree with him strongly, because, I was born in the, early 80s. I didn't have all this shit growing up. We didn't have all this fucking protesting. We didn't have all this crybaby and bullshit. Maybe I was raised to be too much of a, little toughie or something. I don't know. But it's just plain fucking stupid and ridiculous. But let me know what you think of this. I mean, by far, this is one of the stupidest videos I've ever done. And it's one of the longest videos I've probably ever done. But comment if you like, reshare, subscribe, whatever. I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully it's not any of these stupid videos. I don't do this for drama. I do it to wake people up. This world's in major trouble. It's not like it was when I was growing up or anybody else when they were growing up. We're living in a society where there's a bunch of soft people that take things to heart, that, just plain troublemakers out there. And I hope to God that this country gets itself into order soon, because if it doesn't, it's just going to destroy itself. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Like I said, comment, reshare it, like it, whatever. Don't like it, I don't really care. I'm not really a people person that much, but I thought I'd reshare this video. It's the stupidest, video I'd ever seen. Seeing even 5 minutes of that, it just made me want to puke. I'm not watching no 30 minutes of it. And seeing people as young as 10, 12 years old out there protesting. What are you protesting for? Do you know what you're protesting for? Just to be a stupid idiot and go out and damage people's property and go out and, break things up like the Antifa and Black Lives Matter groups? It just makes it worse than what you are. So let me know what you think.